Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my survival world. Today we're going to be working on Project Nova again, hopefully finishing this entire diamond. As you can see, I am back home in my normal setup. So, you know, we're going to be doing some more Twitch streams, more videos and stuff like that. So that's the difference in setup, obviously. But yeah, last time we finished this lower section of the mid-body area. And today we're going to be continuing on with this upper section of the mid-body. And yeah, we're looking pretty good here. I do have plenty of resources stacked up. So we're just going to go ahead and get building. So as we can see here, this is what one shulker box does, which actually isn't that bad. I have 3 more shulker boxes stocked up. Coming in with the last few blocks on the second shulker box of resource. So as you can see here, we kind of made it around the bend here. And almost finished kind of a third, I guess, panel, I guess you could say. It is a absolute resource pit that you can just endlessly dump deep slate into and you will never fill it. 4 shulker boxes worth of deep slate that we have placed in. So as you can see here, we are making it almost 75% around our little upper mid-body section. As we can see here, it is it is starting to turn into a little bit of a mob farm, which is something that needs to get fixed very quickly. Alrighty, so we just put in another shulker box of deep slate and also did some work on some sea lanterns with some dark prismarine. So here's what we're looking like for the upper section of the mid-body section here for the diamond converter. So as you can see, the outside is starting to look very, very nice, as you can see here. And unfortunately, I'm all burnt out of resources, so I need to go to the mines, if you will. Alright, so as you can see here, we finished off with a little bit more resource gathering. So now we have the base plate textures for all the deep slate on the upper part of the mid-body section. If we take a little flight towards the Burj Khalifa, we can see that our structure is really starting to form very nicely here. So this is what we are looking like now, with 4 more shulker boxes of deep slate getting put into this bottom surface here. So those are all the resources I prepared before this stream, so that's what we got there. And then I AFK'd overnight, and this is all the resources I got. I didn't even get enough to fill this shulker box. So if you notice my levels, I did have to enchant a trident with Impaling 5 and Mending, and the reason I did that is because I just had a regular trident on the trident killer for the Guardian farm, so hopefully that will improve my rates, because AFKing overnight and only getting like just over 2 double chests of loot from a Guardian farm, I don't think is gonna help me sustain my, you know, my speed of building, so kinda miss personal KD9. Alrighty, and here's about 1 and a bit more shulker boxes to fully complete this bottom layer here for the upper section of the mid-body. Now, we do have a lot of room up here, so I am considering, you know, putting some farms in here, because I'm going to be spending a lot of time in this area while I'm building the rest of the project. So if I were to put some farms in here, especially automatic ones, that could actually be really good for me, so maybe I'll work on that. Alright, so it has been a little bit since the last video clip. I think we've used about 2 shulker boxes of deep slate to fill in this top deep slate slab that we can see here. And then inside here, I also started to work on these little bands of sea lanterns, kind of that just go across. Unfortunately, I did run out of dark prismarine, because my Guardian farm might be the slowest farm I've ever built, ever. So I might consider trying to make another Guardian farm, but I don't think I'm going to tear down the old one. I'll just look for like a new ocean monument. But here's what we're looking like. We got a little bit of the band going. And then as we can see out to this side, we finished the sea lanterns for all this, you know, detailing as well. And now we have the deep slate roof. Okay, so I've kind of fast forward a lot on the building progress here, but as we can see, I think this is like 1 or 2 shulker boxes down on the top pyramid here, which almost has it complete as far as the deep slate goes. So we can go ahead and have a look at our progress. And then as far as the top section of the upper part of the mid body, I did the same diamond pattern that I had on the lower pyramid, and unfortunately I could only put the sea lanterns in right now. But let's go ahead and have a look at what we are looking like for the top pyramid section so far. So we are looking pretty good. I'm just kind of filling in what I can because obviously my guardian farm is the slowest thing in the world, so I don't have a lot of prismarine right now. But this is what we're looking like, and I think we are looking pretty good. I don't know if I've already said this before, but I'm considering adding these diagonal sea lantern bits to the bottom and top pyramids. As you can see, these are the ones I'm talking about. I didn't put them in initially just because I thought the top and bottom pyramids were too small to like need it, essentially. I think that I am probably going to put those in. Alrighty, so we are finishing the top pyramid as far as the deep slate goes, so we can go ahead and have a look-sees at what we're looking like here. As far as the deep slate goes, I have one more bit that I can work on, which is going to be this flat bit underneath pyramid here. But we are looking pretty good so far. We're going to be switching gears from building on the diamond converter here, and we're going to be building a new guardian farm. Now, conveniently enough, I have found a ocean monument. You can actually see it right here, so it's in very close proximity. But we're going to be building a new guardian farm because, you know, I don't know if you've heard that I've been complaining about the other one. Last night, I AFK'd the entire night, and I got less than 2 double chests worth of loot from it, so that's just simply not going to work. So we're going to try a different design by old reliable Silent Whisperer and see if his design can do any better. He has like 3 different stages of it, so I might try to go for the max stage, but we'll see how hard it is to get 25 tridents. Okay, so I went ahead and defeated the Guardian Farm, or the Ocean Monument, real quickly here, and I actually found, if I can put on my elytra and take flight for one time in my existence, as we can see, we have our ocean monument here, but if you see in the distance, we also found a second one over there. So I raided that one as well, got some sponges and stuff like that. But our first step that we're going to be doing is marking out these spawning spots and then kind of blocking them off before we can start making our trident killers and like funneling systems to like funnel all the loot in. So, you know, I don't want to show too much of this process because it is all in Silent Whisperer's YouTube video. Yeah, so we're just going to kind of fast forward till we're like at a decent way along. Alright, so it has been quite a bit time since that last video clip. As you can see, for the tutorial that I was using, there's a small, medium, and large variant of the farm that you can build. So right here I kind of have something that is in between small and medium, I believe. So as we can see here, we got the Guardian Farm hooked up to, I believe, 6 spawning spots out of the total 25, and it has been working very well. I also have our little AFK platform and some storage, and I did AFK overnight, I would say around about 6 hours. And when I checked the loot in here, let me tell you, this absolutely blew my mind. So for about 6 hours of AFK, you know, we actually filled up almost all of these double chests with loot, and then I also went from like level 1019 to 1043, which I don't know how much experience you guys have with being this kind of level, but you would know that it takes absolutely ages to even move that XP bar just a tiny bit. So the fact that we moved it that much, and this is the small version of the farm, whew, I don't know what's going to be coming because I plan on upgrading to the largest version, which uses every single spawn spot. So I don't even know what I'm going to do, but apparently I need to like double this storage system somehow. And then I will continue working on all of the installing more cells for each spawn spot as well. Alright, so I spent a couple of hours expanding my storage system and putting in more cells. As you can see here, for the Guardian Farm, I have done more cells additions, and I did another AFK session for about 4, maybe 4.5 hours. And as we can see here, on this entire chest thing, we are absolutely filled to the brim. We're absolutely filled to the brim with resources. So we are sitting pretty, to say the least. I have started packing some away in shulker boxes just for a little bit of condensed storage, if you will. But even then, I mean, you can just see how many resources we are looking at nowadays. Alrighty, so we have finally got the final trident going in right about here on the 25th spawning spot cell of the farm. This farm has probably taken like a total of 6 hours to build, but I don't know if you've seen the loot that I got from it yet, but I'll go ahead and show you real quickly what it looks like condensed in shulker boxes. So these are all the prismarine shards from about 10 hours of AFKing when the farm wasn't maxed. And then we also got crystals as well, and then we still have some fish in here, but I didn't have enough shulker boxes. So now our guardian farm is completely done, and we never have to worry about guarding resources ever again. Alright, so as you might notice by my level, I've AFK'd a couple nights at the guardian farm, so we have been enjoying ourselves with that, and now we're back working on our Nova City build. So what I went ahead and did is put in diagonal sea lantern rows on the tiny pyramids, which originally I wasn't going to do, but after seeing how it looks like on this bottom one, I think it is definitely going to be worth it. So we're going to go ahead and put these diagonals on the top pyramid as well, and then we'll have to do a little bit more work on finishing that. Now I was considering actually, if we're going to do diagonals, maybe I should make the diagonal sea lanterns wrap up over the side and go to the center, but I think I'm going to just leave it how it is. Alright, so now we have fully completed our exterior shell of the diamond converter as part of our Project Nova build here. As we can see, the diamonds, or the diagonal sea lanterns on the top and bottom pyramids were definitely a good addition. I think it really adds more kind of detail and emphasis to what we got going on here. And then if we take a closer look at the top pyramid, I went ahead and finished this bottom surface with this deep slate as well as this little diamond pattern. So then that is all done too. So yeah, our exterior is looking pretty good. Hopefully in the next few clips I'll include a nighttime clip. And then as far as the points go, I just decided, you know, I tried playing around with a bunch of different things, but I ended up on just making it all sea lanterns at the very finest points for the pyramid. But now what we're going to do is we're going to put some stuff inside the pyramid, because for this build project we still have a lot more to build as far as the village, the walls for this circle, and the portal in the sky, and the elixir beam, and all that. We still have a lot to do, so I'm going to utilize some of the space that is in here for some automatic farms so that we can farm some resources in the meantime while we're, you know, building the other parts of the project. So the things that I want to do are going to be a pumpkin and melon farm, probably going to be like a 18 by 18, something like that. And then I want to get a new set of villagers in here. And the villagers that I want in here are going to be the fishermen villagers. And the reason that I want them is, you know, the guardian farm that I've made generates a lot of raw cod. And you can't use raw cod in a composter, so you can't use that. But I want to make fishermen villagers so that I can actually get some emeralds with those, like, I think I have like 40 shulker boxes of raw cod stored up, so definitely want to make use of those and not let those go to waste. Alright, so we are back after some time here. As we can see, we have a couple new things inside of here. I didn't really show the process of building this because it was pretty bland and pretty straightforward. So first off, we have the melon and pumpkin farm. This farm is a 18 by 18, just, you know, a little simple kind of observer with piston setup with a minecart track underneath. So this will be running while I'm building other things around in this area, getting me lots of resources. And then I started a little villager area, and these villagers are going to be for fishermen villagers, so I can trade raw cod from the guardian farm, so I can try and get some emeralds from that as well. So now that we got these two set up, I think that's going to be about it for today's YouTube video. So I want to thank you all for watching, for those of you who made it to the end, and I guess next time we're going to start working on the lower circle as part of the Nova City build. So I want to thank you all for watching, and then leave any comments or critiques down in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye-bye.